A recurring theme in go-to-market is the concept of working closely with diverse teams. Yet, in our latest State of Go-to-Market report, many of our community members expressed frustration with cross-functional work. But interestingly, respondents also share that stakeholder alignment is crucial for go-to-market success. So what's this all about? Achieving a unified and aligned process is actually a lot harder to get done right than one might think. Sadly, if your strategies don't involve every key team member's expertise, you're missing an opportunity to reform and refine your launch plans for maximum impact. I'm Cecilia, and today we'll look at the team leaders you need on your go-to-market team and how to ensure that roles and responsibilities are clearly defined for better alignment. Building your go-to-market team. You'll want to get the right people involved in your launch plans right from the start. Though that sounds daunting, it really comes down to what you value most. What do we mean by values here? We'll first define what's central to your go-to-market motion or product launch strategy. Is it adaptability or creativity? Do you want to focus on a customer-centric approach or go for a sales-led motion? Let those values inform not just your go-to-market approach, but also your decisions when building out the ideal team. Now, with that out of the way, you'll want to consider bringing along someone from each of the following teams: product, marketing, sales, and customer success. Each of those teams is central to securing a reliable go-to-market foundation from which to work. But to facilitate team-wide communication, set clear responsibilities and establish who'll own each team. What this means is that within these teams, you'll have to designate a clear leader. Go-to-market manager. Someone with this know-how and expertise is best prepared to lead the rest of your go-to-market team through any product launch or feature. Beyond simply overseeing the whole of your go-to-market process, this team leader should establish a launch framework and determine your launch tier, whether that's an all-hands-on-deck launch or a bug fix. And this is to better allocate resources. Propose a clear strategy and alongside the PMMs or PMs, devise a cohesive roadmap based on customer and market research. Determine where your product or service falls compared to your direct competitors and how best to strategize based on this competitive intel. Collaborate closely with all your cross-functional team members to develop a clear product positioning and messaging. Ultimately, your go-to-market manager's understanding of all the nuances and complexities inherent to go-to-market means they'll ensure seamless collaboration throughout and communicate expectations from the very start. Product marketing manager. A product marketing manager knows what your product does and who it's for. Think of this team player as the voice of your product, the one who can clearly define how your product can make an impact. So, the moment you've been waiting for, what does a product marketer do? For starters, this individual will conduct the relevant research to craft a product strategy or story accurately. Your PMM will determine how to generate enough buzz around your product through the right marketing channels. PMMs grant you access to your target audience, which helps you and your teams better sell your product or service. A PMM will keep a close eye on the right data to spot whether your customers are interested in your product or if it's time to refine your marketing efforts. Product manager. Maybe you're wondering a bit what the difference between a product marketing manager and a product manager is. So think of it this way. If your PMM can tell you the what and the who, your product manager can explain the why of your product. As in, this team leader will know exactly the problem your product is trying to solve and why it should have a place in the market. Your product manager will have to juggle a handful of responsibilities, but some of the most important ones will be to effectively bring in the creativity and expertise of several diverse team members, oversee the product development process from the ideation stage to post-launch, and have ownership over your product strategy and roadmap, setting goals throughout launch plans. Sales enablement manager. Your launch plans should focus on long-term, steady revenue growth. Now, understanding your product is one thing, but making sure it sells effectively is another. And there's no one better to lead this part of your go-to-market plan than a sales enablement manager. This is the go-to team leader for all things related to sales training, enabling sales reps to close deals and feel confident marketing or pitching a product. In addition to this individual will also need to understand the unique details of your product message, encouraging and enabling the sales team to deliver on company goals. Encourage cross-collaboration with members from your marketing and product teams to ensure your sales reps understand how to communicate your product value. Be directly involved in sales processes to provide insights to your PMs and marketing teams. Customer success manager. Okay, so revenue growth is definitely a priority when thinking long-term. However, customer loyalty and satisfaction are equally important to any long-term success, and your go-to-market team's CSM will be able to oversee the ever-important customer experience. These team leaders are essential to the success of your product launch, especially the post-launch stage. And here's how they really make sure your product's the best it can be. Your CSMs prioritize customer feedback when making decisions regarding your go-to-market plans. They're your customer's point of contact and responsible for ensuring users still find value in your unique service and if there's any chance of renewal. They'll work closely with sales, specifically at the post-sale stage, which is especially important when monitoring customer experience and satisfaction. They'll make sure the customer onboarding process is conducted properly, providing the right training sessions and support to help customers maximize product use and trust its purpose and value. How to encourage cross-collaboration. So you've built out your go-to-market team and set out clear responsibilities, but now you're wondering how to bring those key stakeholders together. It might sound overwhelming, but there are definitely ways to get this right. Despite all the different targets and priorities your internal teams might have, consider doing the following to encourage collaboration and communication. Lay out team and business objectives and include them on your roadmap. This will help everyone keep track of what's been done and what's coming up. Establish clear KPIs and metrics so your teams know what needs to be done before, during, and after launch. Pick out project management tools that are intuitive and easy to use. Remember, you'll want your teams to feel comfortable and confident in the tools they use daily. Have set communication channels in place, like Slack or Teams. You can decide which communication platform is best by asking your teammates directly. Have they felt they can communicate quickly and effectively with that tool in place? Or are there still some frustrations with the app or platform? Another great way to encourage communication? Regular team meetings. Some people prefer jumping on a call to express themselves, which is a great opportunity for team members to share ideas more comfortably than over a message. These meetings also allow the team to voice a concern or celebrate an achievement. Finally, remember that trust is important, and gathering team feedback is a great way to ensure your team members feel valued. Ask around and see if any training sessions need to take place, or if there are any real challenges ahead that might impact your larger team. Be an active and empathetic listener, and your teams can achieve much. We covered quite a lot, huh? But hopefully, you've seen that the strength of your go-to-market team lies in the expertise of all its key members. So whether through common goals or a shared purpose, show your internal teams the value of cross-collaboration. And remember just how human-first your product launches should be, and how you empathize, collaborate, and align with all parts of your go-to-market motion. This is really how you and your team will succeed.